kicks off as well. Yeah, same time. So I'm going to, like, maybe just before halftime, check my phone to see what the other scores are, just so I can tell everyone, you know, around the ground updates. So.
Sometime.
All of it, yeah. Because this is the final round of the season before finals.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll probably be here.
They're in a couple of weeks, but this game has a lot of meaning because if
Guys, we've got our
Adamstown
100 club
Adamstown
down there.
lose, they could go
$20
down to, like, they could get relegated.
and it's a $500 prize, and also a $10 one, which is a $250 prize. So if you want to get one, just grab one off Michelle. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, Toronto, yeah. So, big game. I'll just wait till I start seeing coming off. Took the headset off. Yeah, it's easy. Well, the final round of the season is here, and there's plenty on the line this afternoon as Belmont Swansea United welcome Adamstown Rosebuds. For the home side, fifth spot is all but secured, and they arrive here on a huge afternoon for the club as they celebrate Old Boys and Sponsors Day. It's a chance to celebrate the people who have helped shape this football club while looking ahead to what promises to be an exciting finals campaign in 2026. Belmont Swansea, as I mentioned, will be playing finals football, and today they'll be looking to finish the regular season on a high. But for the visitors, the attention will certainly be on Adamstown Rosebuds this afternoon. They have avoided direct relegation, but their NPL future for season 2026 is still not entirely in their own hands. They know that if they can get the job done here, they'll be relying on results from around the grounds to keep their spot in the competition. So, one final chance for Belmont Swansea to build some momentum heading into the finals, and for Adamstown, potentially their most important 90 minutes of the season. Hello and welcome, I'm Harry Scobie and delighted to bring you all the action here on the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel. One of many matches streamed here this afternoon. Every NPL men's game kicking off at 2 p.m. This one having a lot of meaning behind it. As I mentioned there, Adamstown, a must-win game for them. And on the other hand, Belmont Swansea with their sponsors and Old Boys out in full force here this afternoon. Windy as always here at Blacksmiths, not as bad as originally expected. Overnight rain sees the ground in decent condition as we await the two teams which they will make their way onto the field. Now let's look at how both teams line up, starting with the important side, the visitors, who will be in their white kit today. George Scorer in goals, Drew Lawther, partners Naveen Richardson at the back. The two left backs are Hogan and Rick. It's a midfield three of Rook, Naylor and Ryan Rook. And leading the attack, as always, Dino Fadjovic partnered with Taj Buck, as well as Jack Brown. On the bench for the visitors, Adamstown, Edward Andrews, Nicholas Gilsmero, Brandon Knowles, Oscar Philpott, Zach Jokin, Nicholas Pettiford. While for Bell Swans, massive afternoon for them. As we mentioned, let's take a look at how they will line up. Starting in goals, Nathan Archbold. It's a back five which sees Chris Fayers, Adam Blunden, as well there as Ian Matthews and Sho Gotto. Midfield three of Dean Pettit, Barney Irvine Rundle and Reece Newton. While the attack, that's been where a lot of their quality and sparks has come this season. It sees Marco Gooley lead the line. Andrew McGee, who was originally rumoured to potentially be out of this clash this afternoon due to him being on trial with the Newcastle Jets. We understand he's been putting in the hard work to try and earn a spot under Mark Milligan's side. He returns to play here this afternoon on home deck, as well as Joe Cable. So it'll be interesting to see if there are a few changes to what originally has been listed on the team sheet. It'll be Adamstown to look like they'll run to the right of your screen. Bell Swans in their usual colours. Haven't they been impressive since returning to the top flight? All but securing fifth place this season. And wouldn't they love to finish the regular season on a high with a win here this afternoon? Dark clouds over Blacksmith Oval. Nonetheless, we are ready for an entertaining match of football. And do our best as well to keep you updated around the grounds of the other results that are in play this afternoon. There are a few games that have significant meaning behind it. Cahaba Cooks Hill being one. Newcastle Olympic travelling to Arthur Nova to take on the Jaffers as well. So we will do our best to keep an eye on that. We are underway at Blacksmith. George Scorer with the ball now. Spent the last few years at Charlestown Azuri before calling Adamstown home for this season. The young keeper who's been pretty consistent this season between the sticks for the Rosebuds. Interesting to see what type of energy this game starts with. These two have notably been known to play out high-scoring affairs. This time, earlier this season, they met at Adamstown Oval, home of the Rosebuds. And it was a 2-2 draw all the way back in round 11. So they meet again, this time on Bell Swans turf. That one sent forward into the hands of Nathan Archbold, who can have his first touch of the day before sending it long down the left here to Dean Pettit, who can't bring it under control. Brother of Scott Pettit, current assistant coach at the Lambton Jaffers, also spent plenty of time as well. The shouts for a high foot, which is given. Fadjovic dropping deep there and picks up a crucial Set piece for the visitors. What can they dish up from this as Ryan Rook stands over it? Adamstown not sending too many players forward, leaving seems to be 4 at the back. Drew Lawther slowly making his way forward to goals now. So Ryan Rook's delivery, how can this one sit up? Particularly in an afternoon that's going to prove difficult with the wind. Adamstown, wouldn't they love to start on the front foot? That one though, always sailing. Had tight about it. Unfortunately couldn't trouble Nathan Archbold between the goals for Bell Swans. I'll send it long. Does Mick Stafford's side. Mentioning midweek that he wants to send out a strong side here this afternoon as Pettit looking to latch onto a ball over the top. Scorer was alert and clears it out of the way. These two sides as well met on the opening day of the 2025 season. And they kick things off on a cold Thursday night at Blacksmiths Oval. Bell Swans getting the upper hand that day in an absolute classic, winning 5-2. A late show for them, scoring in consecutive minutes. That one certainly pretty much went down as a game of the season, even though it was the first game of the season, that one in 2025. Now scorer to send it long off the goal kick as the clouds continue to come over at Blacksmiths Oval. Sent forward now. Inviting run for Jack Brown as well as Thomas Rook to chase, but it'll beat them and go out for a Bell Swans throw in front of their old boys that have made their way here this afternoon. Strong attendance, as always is the case when you come to Blacksmiths Oval. Bell Swans making this place a bit of a fortress this season. They've been fortunate to pick up some incredible wins on this home turf, most notably that win against Broadmeadow Magic coming back in round 16. As Fajovic breaks forward for the Buds, shoots from distance. Well, we know he can shoot from range, make good connection with the strike. Not enough though to trouble Archbold, who's seen plenty of the ball early on here, and the drop kick immediately to send it over the halfway line, looking for Marco Gooley. What a pickup he's been for the Bell Swans as well. Thought there may have been a case that he might have been rested for this one this afternoon, but obviously keen to add to his tally in the goals that he has this season. 24 goals to his name. Leading the Golden Boot as well. Not bad in your first season. As the scorer again decides to send this one long rather than playing out from the back. Strong header there in the middle of the park, sent back forward over the top. Fajovic looking to lurk onto it. Cleared away by Blunden. Gooley's first touch came off Drew Lawther, so it'll be a Bell Swans throw right in front of us here. Show Gotto coming across the take, filling in at left back. We've seen him a bit at centre back this season as well. And we always knew, based off their pre-season recruitment, that Bell Swans were going to be strong this year. They've probably shocked a lot of people as Fajovic breaking forward, using a good bit of burst of pace, sending it across, and nearly the opening goal. Thomas Rook nearly snatching in behind and almost fell to him on a platter there. How about the play though from Fajovic down the right-hand side? He's now headed back, and scorer is able to keep it in his hands. Well, probably the first chance of real promise this afternoon, falling the way of the visitors, who know what's at stake and will undoubtedly also be potentially keeping an eye on some of the other games that are on in action this afternoon. Here come Bell Swans though, bursting forward. Show Gotto. Inside there of Naylor, sends it in. Gooley, always dangerous in those areas. They've worked this nicely have Bell Swans. Falls out right. Strong challenge though from Joel Hogan. And now the Buds can potentially send numbers forward. Infield to Ryan Rourke. The energy though off the ball. Great recovery there from Joe Cable and Adamstown. Not able to hold on to the ball. Bell Swans can settle back into their shape now through Show Gotto. Dean Pettit. Little flick over the top looking for McGee. Ball's always beating him. Had a little bit too much speed on it for the American, who alongside Gooley has been such a handy pickup for Bell Swans. Creative play, and as I mentioned earlier, there was potential that he was going to be missing here this afternoon and potentially rested and reserved for the final series, but after a busy few weeks on trial with the Newcastle Jets, he's informed Mick Stafford that he wants to be here this afternoon to play. So now a chase fighting Fajkovic, but London wins the header. Naylor looking in field, but it's picked off. And Narveen Richardson can let this one roll out despite a chase there from Dean Pettit. So both teams settling into the groove early on. Now Fajkovic looking to win the header. Rook does though and sends it over the top. It's an onside run here from Thomas Rook, who burst forward, but the ball just had a little bit too much speed. And the goal kicker waits for Bell Swans. London now to bring it out from the back. They've used the target of Gooley in behind on so many occasions this year. I'm sure he'll be heavily marked this afternoon. Such a threat in the air, and also without it. There's header one from Rich, so another throw in the way of the home side. Shogoto ambitiously sending it, but Richardson heads it out for yet another throw in. McGee presenting short. So we have a first touch from Andrew McGee. Across the other side now to Matthews. Sends it out to Cable. Cable playing with the Adamstown defence. He might find himself in there. This is one. Cuts it back. Great chance. And buried over the top of the bar. It's almost hit a house across the road there from Dean Pettit. He could not ask for a better chance early on. Unfortunately not able to convert. It's probably the best chance that Bell Swans have been presented so far in this game. And now scorer to send it long. So bounce the ball. Potentially just didn't fall in Dean Pettit's favour there. Scorer hangs it up in the wind. Rook dropping it to Naylor, who decides to use the wind to his advantage and thump it forward. Adamstown showing positive signs when they've gone forward, but they've been edged out here as Matthews picks it up. Shouts from Mick Stafford to keep the ball. The Bell Swans early doors here. Naylor dictating play, goes back to Drew Lawther. Lawther assessing his options before playing it centrally to Rook. So Adamstown's first win this season did not come until round 8. They've built a little bit of a streak as of late. Only the one win though in their last 5 games. So in the battle to stay up, they've had games this season where they've could have snatched points, but it's just fell away from them. And similar to what we saw in the Hit 106.9 Northern League 1 yesterday, where it was all on the line and a lot to play for, it is in Adamstown's hands to do the business today. That man there, Fajkovic, would be a huge part of that now. Picking it up for Bell Swans with not too many options down the right, so it's picked off by the Buds. Taj Buck now Sending it forward. Both strikers heavily busy early on. Marco Gooley for Bell Swans, ultimately the target in behind as they look to him here. And likewise for Adamstown. McGee, a little thread through, looking for Pettit. And he gets to the ball, but it's a great save there from scorer. First set piece for the Bell Swans will be a corner, but scorer alert to the danger there and was out to cover. How about the ball though from McGee? Slipped it through, perfectly weighted. Now a massive chance for potentially the first goal of the afternoon as they work it short. McGee, Pettit on the overlap. Pettit swings it in, it beats Gooley, it beats the head as well there of Taj Buck and eventually thumped away. So now Matthews across to take this long throw in. Could this cause havoc for Adamstown's defence as Matthews gets a fair bit of height about it. Spills to the edge of the box. Irvine Rundle to McGee. Always dangerous in these areas. Going this way and that, but can't beat Charlie Naylor. And he sends it back to Hogan. He can get things out away for Adamstown. Now they thump it forward. Just relieving a bit of the pressure that they've been under in the last 5 minutes or so. And now a switch from Christopher Faze, a former Edgeworth man, out to Pettit. Pettit looking for his right foot, can't find it. Now he's forced to do defensive duties. In front of us, sent forward again. Been a lot of long balls to start this game. The other side, you could probably say, has had a real good stint with the ball. Fayers to Matthews. Down the line to McGee, his first touches in field. Now he uses his left foot to switch it, and the idea was right. Pettit was looking to get a side of goal. Now Reece Newton to Matthews. They're working this slicely. Bell Swans. Cable has the run of Matthews. Right idea, but great intervention there from Hogan. There's a few spots of rain coming down at Blacksmith Oval to be another long throw in though, the way of Bell Swans. McGee's open at the edge of the box, but the option is to go long. Headed away not once but twice. Pettit gets a flick. Gooley not interested and sent forward now for the Buds as they look to start an attack. Shouts for a free kick from the visitors' bench as Matthews looks to run to keep this one in. Matthews to send it in, deep to the back post. Scorer comes, gets an important touch, which was needed. And now Pettit down the far side. No free kick given. Well, it looked like there was contact there in the back, but we Plenkovic. Finding Irvine Rundle now. Playing it to Newton. Pettit. McGee. Good spell from the home side, and now the switch comes. It's a great ball to the back stick, and the shot comes in. Oh, what a finish. The opening goal for the home side, Joe Cable. The first time effort is a beautiful one. And Belmont Swansea, in front of their old boys and sponsors day, open the scoring. You could not ask for a better finish than that from Joe Cable, who has been busy early on down the right-hand side. The ball across, hung up in the wind, and Cable makes it 1-0 to the home side. Well, he sensed the last couple of minutes, Bell Swans started to get their foot on the ball a little more, but that finish left George Scorer with absolutely no chance. Left staring at it, and Adamstown are now made to chase this game early on. Certainly not what they would like, but here they are up the other end, looking for an immediate response. Rich in field now to Jack Brown. Can't beat the Bell Swans defence. Now Pettit sending it forward, offside. Shouts from the Adamstown defence, and they'll get it. It's well defended by North and Richardson. Richardson now to leave it for George Scorer, who will come forward to take this goal kick. So Adamstown, a crucial part in their season was that 3-game winning streak, which started in round 12 when they won 2-0 away to Charlestown Azuri. After that, they were able to pick up a massive win on the road to Kahaiba before edging out Newcastle Olympic at home. Ever since then, though, they've only had one win, and that was in round 19, the 2-1 win over Valentine at Adamstown Oval just a few weeks ago. So it has been a while between drinks where they've been able to string consecutive wins. It's probably been the story of their campaign so far and why they find themselves in the position that they are. Show Gotto can't get it through the legs of Thomas Rocky. Wins it back now. McGee. Inside pass to the channel of Gotto. Was thinking about playing it centrally into the box. Not much pressure applied by Adamstown, and Bell-Swan's able to switch it out. Matthews. Gooley snuck in behind, up against Scorer, taps it past him. As easy as that, Marco Gooley adds yet another goal to his tally. A little slip from the Adamstown defence, and he absolutely punishes them. Bell-Swans lead 2-0, and things are slowly falling apart for Adamstown. It is a classic striker's finish from Marco Gooley. Still had a lot of work to do, and he's able to fire Bell-Swans into more breathing room on home turf. Adamstown now with so much work to do to work their way back into this game. As we know, the significance of this game here, they win and they're safe. But if they are unable to win here today, they will rely on other results, which we'll get an update on shortly as they is through the back line. Richardson plays it to Rook, who drops it back to Drew Lawther. Now that one played out of play, so Bell-Swans doing well to defend that, but it'll be an Adamstown throw-in. So some updates around the ground. Broadno Magic take the lead against Charlestown Azuri, courtesy of their number 9, Luis Lara Delgado. So 1-0 there at Magic Park to this year's premiers, who lifted premiership last week. Unfortunately edged out by Kahaiba. 1-0 in stunning style for Blair Newham's side. As now a shot from distance calls Archbold into action. Well, he needed to save that one. It was flying into the top right-hand corner. And like I mentioned earlier, these two sides have always played out games that have been intriguing. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see more goals as this game goes on. Matthews now to bring it forward. Long throw in to Gooley. Little flick to Cable. Cable's touch. You could see the intention in which he was trying to do. Fortunately, though, couldn't find a teammate. And Scorer will send this one long. Pretty quiet on the Adamstown bench. Not much instructions have come across as of yet. Mick Stafford is always up on his feet, despite his team being in a comfortable position as it stands. Now brought forward by Christopher Fayers. The initial pass is looking for Petter out on the left. accidentally hit a teammate, and now Adamstown can look to break forward. So Gotto sends it forward for Gooley to get up and try and attempt to win the ball. Adamstown now through Joel Hogan, sorry. Lawther over the top looking for Fajkovic. So dangerous in those areas where he can hold up play. Looks to get inside of Matthews, but Fayers is there. Here's another one for Bell Swans that's been a massive pick-up for Mick Stafford's side this season, making the move from Edgeworth. Such a calm player as well. Looks to be playing a more defensive role here this afternoon, but we've seen him play in the midfield as well before. In his time that he spent at the Eagles, it's now Richardson. Lawther going to go to Hogan. Looks for an option centrally, but goes back to his keeper and George Scorup. Richardson's pass probably sums up Adamstown's afternoon so far. Couldn't find a teammate. And Bell Swans looking to get things going straight away. Gotto, though, took it a little bit too forward, so we will retake the throw-in now. Gotto to McGee. Oh, the little feint is lovely from the American. He looks to switch the play. In crucial intervention, though, from Hogan, but the spin from the American was lovely. Now Rook looking to switch the play. He turns it over for Adamstown. Cable coming through and wins the challenge. It was a strong one there from Cable. McGee and Gooley get caught in two minds. Now they can break forward, can the Buds. Gooley, though, back doing his defensive duties. Adamstown unable to hold the ball. Now there's a bit of space for Gooley. Inside looking for McGee. Now Barney Irvine Rundle looking to pinch back. A shirt grab as well. Referee plays on for now. Rook breaking forward. Has Fajkovic on his right. Rook, though, sends it out left to Hogan. They're building nicely here, the Buds. Can they find a response? I'll go down the left. Buck playing it across. Great chance for Rook. Drops it back. Naylor shoots. Cleared away. Shooting chance potentially for Rook. Decides to go in the air. And cleared away by Sho Gotto. Rook again here in the midfield. Was looking for the switch, but maybe hesitated because of the wind and the effect that it's played on the game so far. So Marco Gooley's goal there now takes him to 25, but he's also scored well over more than half of Bell Swans' goals this season. He might as well get on the action here as he breaks forward looking to help the attack. Cable looks to find him, Richardson, with the important header. Well, he has been absolutely crucial to the position that Belmont Swansea find themselves in. Him and McGee in particular. You could not ask for two better recruits to join your side. Now Adamstown down the left looking for a response, but the final product has just not been there this afternoon for Adamstown so far, but their bench applauds that attack. And Archibald in absolutely no hurry to take this goal kick. The Bell Swans off to a flying start if you're just joining us on the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel. Belmont Swansea, 2 goals to the good. Joe Cable with the first. Cracking finish from Cable before a slip in Adamstown defence invited Gooley on forward, who finished as every striker should. It was a calm finish from the big man up top. Cleared by Fayers. Pettit edged out there by Adamstown's right back in Nicholas Rich. Gooley's touch. Looking for McGee. Ricochets off Gooley, who looks to pick it back up. There's now Gooley. shooting chance potentially available, but he sends it out right to Cable. Gets himself in a bit of space. Here goes Cable. Cable sends it across. Lawther clears. Matthews shooting from distance and always sailing. Shouts for a deflection and they'll get it. Bell Swans will have a corner. And update around the ground as well. Cooks Hill have taken the lead against Cahaiba. Well, a big afternoon for Adamstown, but also likewise for Cahaiba away. Ken Harrison with that goal for Cooks Hill. Cahaiba remain in the playoff final series at 11th place as it stands. Still many twists to come. Ball to the front stick. Ajkovic is able to clear. Rich doing likewise. McGee. Space out left for Pettit. Pettit back to McGee. They've worked this nicely. Show Gotto can't combine with Andy McGee. Pettit sends it in. Nearly found a teammate. Gotto goes to ground after playing it to Gooley. No free kick given. Fayers now. A little dink out on the left-hand side. They've been afforded a lot of space in wide areas. You don't want to give this man too much space in Andy McGee. Fooling the defence. Crossing it to the back post. There was a little shirt grab though. And a little shove on Hogan. And a free kick to Adamstown, who have yet again survived another attack. And they've needed to as well. They've been under the pump for the majority of this game. Well, Bell Swans, 2 to the good so far and cruising, but only one clean sheet in their last six matches. That came in round 16 as that 1-0 famous home win against Broadmeadow Magic. So, I mean, any clean sheet against a strong Broadmeadow Magic side is always pleasing, but ever since then they haven't been able to keep a clean sheet. But so far so good for Mick Stafford's side. They'll have to defend this set piece first though, which Rook will take. Rook drills it low and hard. Archbold coming out, nearly missed it, but gets a punch. Sent back in though. Naylor looking to find the back of the net, but never troubling Nathan Archbold in goals. And Maitland have scored at Cook Square Park. A match that I'm sure will be played with a lot of intensity. Maitland Edgeworth always is a cracker to watch. Damien McFarlane has given the home side the lead at Cook Square Park. Maitland another side who play another attracting brand of football. Who play finals football this season. And under Adam Hughes, unfortunately couldn't progress past the round of 32 of the Australia Cup after being knocked out by Fremantle City. Looked like they were cruising to victory after Scott Wara's header put them ahead 1-0 before 2 goals in a space of around 5 minutes saw Fremantle leave Maitland Sports Ground with the win. Fremantle though did go on to play South Melbourne and were knocked out in penalties, so sure that's something that would have been frustrating for Adam Hughes' side, but they've regrouped well ever since that. And with the focus firmly on the competition, they are a team to watch out for in the upcoming NPL Men's Final Series. Here come Adamstown now. Naylor's flick on. Great chance there, but scrambling defence from Bell Swans and a calm header back. The confidence there on Show Gotto to find his keeper in Archbold. Now McGee. Plenty of space affording him. Was looking for Pettit, but decides to use the left back instead and Show Gotto, who drives forward for Belmont Swansea. Plays it out to Pettit. Pettit with options. Swings it in the box. Gooley misses it, but there's a runner coming through. And it was Joe Cable with only 1 goal to his name so far this afternoon. Probably could have more already. And he was sneaking through there. Sensed if he got a good side of that, he probably would have turned that on target. But Dean Pettit already, majority of the times he's got the ball, he's looked to put crosses in, and they've been dangerous ones. Something to keep an eye on for the Rosebuds. Gotto now gets a touch, and Pettit is sent down the left-hand side. Up against Rich. Pettit in field to McGee's. First touch was a heavy one, but he still rides the challenge of two Adamstown players and wins the free kick for Belmont. Swansea, which looks like Blunden will come forward to take. Will they send the tall timber forward here and chance their arm in the box, or will they look to keep the ball? Blunden looks to be keen on playing it early as McGee drops deep. Cooley trying to do likewise. Blunden leaving it for McGee, who can switch play straight away. Lovely ball from McGee. Out to Cable. Cable's pass back. Doesn't find his mark. Now Adamstown can break forward. Taj Buck steaming down the left-hand side. Plenty of Adamstown players in support. Buck going himself. Looking to get a side of goal. What a run that would be. Eventually cleaned up, though, from Barney Irvine Rundle. And now it's Belswan's turn to break on the attack. It's been end-to-end these last few minutes. Sent out wide to Pettit. Pettit up against Rich. Shouts from the Belswan's bench for Pettit to run at the defence. Crucial touch, though, from Rich. Means he'll go no further, and Buck can send it back to Hogan, and Adamstown can keep the ball. Lawton out. Will he look for that long ball in behind, which we've seen him do all afternoon? Yes, he will. Fajkovic looking to win the initial header. Shogoto wins it for the home side, and Pettit sends it forward to Gooley, who has no interest in getting on the ball because he probably would have been in an offside position either way. Great strength from Rich, and he beats Pettit in front of the Adamstown bench. That is well appreciated. Now Fajkovic for Adamstown. Streaming down the right-hand side, the deflected by Gotto and into the hands of Nathan Archbold. Archbold's attempt kicks the ground momentarily. They'll still have possession of the ball here. Will Belswan's great play nonetheless. McGee to Pettit. Pettit back to Andy McGee. First touch is a nice one, gets into the box. Did it cross the line is the question. It did. Well, if that touch was a little bit lighter, he was probably through on goal. That little acceleration straight off the mark there from McGee was dangerous. And they're starting to turn up the intensity here at Belswan's. Gotto gets a touch to Gooley. Gooley can shoot from distance, drills it low. Well, it was down low to George Scorer's right, but never troubling his net. But Adamstown there just caught lacking, trying to play out from the back. And they'll need a big end to this first half to put them in a solid position heading into the second 45. Cable winning the header as the sun slowly starts to come out here at Belswan's. Certainly not as windy as the game I called earlier in the season here, where they unfortunately lost out to Western. As now Adamstown break forward. Dink to the back post, and Fajkovic was waiting. Archbold with the crucial claim. But if that misses the head there of Nathan Archbold, it was surely to be an Adamstown goal, courtesy of their number 9, who will still be knocking on the door throughout this 90 minutes, I'm sure. Brooks sending plays forward as Adamstown look to get their full-back side. They'll switch it down the left. Hogan chests it to ground up against his opposite number in Cable. Barney Irvine Rundle now to McGee. McGee's little flick. Gooley's timed his run nicely. He's through on goal up against Scorer. Scorer coming out. Again, he needed to, but the execution was brilliant from Adamstown's custodian. See there, the run off the shoulder from Gooley was absolutely incredible. Just to time his run absolutely perfectly. And 3-0 there, and Adamstown would have certainly be worried, but Belswans are still knocking. Still hungry for more goals on their home turf. Hogan delivers into the box. Blunden heads it away. Not as far, though, as Thomas Rook, who had a golden opportunity there. Show Gotto now with plenty of space for Pettit if he can find him, which he can. Pettit looking to run at Charlie Naylor. Plays it in field. It does miss Reece Newton, and the attempted pass over the top was probably a little bit rushed, as you could probably hear there from Mick Stafford. And Lambton Jaffers as well. Crucial game for them in their final game, having Riley McNaughton, Ben Kennedy, as well as head coach Damon Tancheski at their disposal, and they currently lead 1-0 over Newcastle Olympic thanks to Drew Patterson, who did play at Belswans a couple of seasons ago, calling Arthur Eden home for this season. And well, that's a crucial goal for the Jaffers in their quest to stay up. Obviously, if results didn't go their way, they could have potentially fell down the ladder here this afternoon, but one to the good over Newcastle Olympic as it stands, who will have Leo Bertos as head coach next year, will Newcastle Olympic. Action aplenty in the first half around the grounds. Back to the action here. Little flick on. Adamstown looking for a goal back. But Archibald, well, he's had a pretty routine day at the office so far. Hasn't been caught into too many saves apart from the shot earlier on where he had to get high to his right. Rook to Fajkovic, who's not on, can't beat Chris Fayers. Shouts for handball from the Adamstown bench. Pettit. Show Gotto. Newton, Pettit to McGee in the 1-2. Lovely play here from the home side as they work it down the left. Through Dean Pettit, cutting inside, taking a shot. Well, the bend was there. It was coming around, but always sailing over the bar, unfortunately, from Dean Pettit, who has been very exciting to watch down the left-hand side here. And Broadmeadow Magic have made it 2-0 at Magic Park. A brace to Luis Lara Delgado. Got a brace when those two sides met last time at Lolcar, and he's doing likewise here. Could there be a potential hat-trick for Magic's striker, who Magic are looking to hold on to heading into the Oz Championship, where they'll feature again pretty much straight after the NPL season finishes. It's not much of a break for Jimmy Kressner's side. So Magic 2 to the good at Magic Park on the final day of the season, as now they search for run for Gooley. His first touch is a nice one. It might just roll a bit too heavy though. And scorer out to claim. Otherwise Gooley, similar as that first goal he scored. He was found way too much space in behind. Hogan down the line, releasing Taj Buck. Buck shapes to get on his right foot, curls it in. This might go in. Well, they really did better than that and found a teammate in Jack Brown. And they need a response before half-time, Adamstown. They nearly had it then. A day like this, the wind just proving so difficult for keepers. And so nearly did Adamstown hit back. So now Archibald looked to have played it long, but he tricks all of those in wide and plays it to Ian Matthews. Matthews down the line to McGee, flicks it on to Gooley. Well, straight from defence to attack here. Adamstown are shouting at something, but will continue through Cable. Sends it in, can't beat Lawther. McGee picking up the scraps, but edged out there by Charlie Naylor. Taj Buck now. Reece Newton picks it up, and he was another player who was influential in that opening day win last season here at Blacksmiths against Adamstown. Picked up 2 goals in their 5-2 win on opening day last year against Adamstown. Jack Brown now. Does well to beat a few players. How's the delivery? It is a nice one. Thayer's able to clear. London doing likewise. And now a bit of space opening up for Irvine Rundle. McGee switching it down the right. Didn't have the legs. Still might work out, but a calm header back. And Adamstown slowly growing into this one. Still have to be wary of the threat that Bell Swans pose with the ball. Will that breakthrough come before half-time for the Rosebuds is the question. Naveen Richardson. Firm out wide to Rich, and unfortunately that attack comes to an end. So Gotto now deciding to find McGee, who got just a little clip in the back of Charlie Naylor. Hasn't he been as a light to watch as well this season for Adamstown? Charlie Naylor gives his all in the middle of the park. 3 goals to his name for the Buds this season. Sajkovic 4 ahead of him in terms of the leading goal scorers. McGee rides the challenge of Lawther, bearing down on goal. McGee shoots, and a great save again from scorer. Well, you can see as he made that save, immediately up to urge his defence on. They really need to hold out before half-time. Do the away side. Swans couldn't ask for a better opportunity. Another set piece coming their way. This time, Dean Pettit across to take. And Cooks Hill are up 2-0 to Cohiba as well. Stephen Hoyle grabbing the goal for Jamie Dunning's side. Back to the action here as Pettit swings it in. Floats to the back post. No header on it. Might drop. Barney Irvine Rundle goes for goal. Certainly worth an attempt to end the drawing stages this first half. Fortunately, they couldn't trouble George Scoro between the net. Scoro to send it long. Naylor jumping there with Newton. Thomas Rook in there battling as well. Last touch did come off Joe Cable, the first goal scorer for the Bell Swans this afternoon. If you're only just joining us, Bell Swans 2 goals to the good as we approach half-time. Adamstown, though, is trying to show some fight, is played across by Fajkovic. Cross was on an absolute platter there as Jack Brown looked to bear down on goal and get a touch. London now wanting an option in behind. Pettit comes short and looks to turn Rich, who did his best to keep it in, but unfortunately for him and the Buds, it just rolled out of play. So got now. Not too many options in behind. Gooley looks to flick it on. We've just been informed 1 minute of added time to end this first half at Blacksmith. Is there more goals left for the home side is the question. McGee just not on the same wavelength of Pettit, who looked to be making an early run to the left of McGee, but ultimately stopped and thought McGee might have been going on a run of his own. And that could have been the last home attack for the first 45. Nonetheless, they are 2 goals to the good. And cruising at home. Always a good turnout at Blacksmith. Not too long to go now. Still might be another chance for Bell Swans, but McGee couldn't get his touch under control. Richardson sending it forward. Referee nearly with the whistle to his mouth. McGee with Cable down the right-hand side. There still might be time for another goal here for Bell Swans. Offside flag is raised. Gooley, well, it's a great save from scorer nonetheless, but the offside flag raised against Marco Gooley. And I'll tell you what, if you time that run, it could have been handy, could have potentially put Bell Swans 3 to the good, but they are 2-0 ahead at half-time. here at Blacksmiths Oval, cruising against Adamstown. Goals to Joe Cable before Marco Gooley grabbed his 25th of the season to make it 2-0. A big second half coming up from the visitors. We'll take a short break on the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel. But at the break, it's Bell Swans 2, Adamstown Rosebuds 0.
It's a big responsibility.
Yes, you are big.
Your heart and your head don't always agree.
Ah, like Hayes, good deal.
Boring.
Yes.
I love it.
Let's make an offer.
Oh, let's think this through.
But there's one thing they can agree on. With local expertise, great rates, plus a highly rated app, Newcastle Permanent is good for your head and good for your heart.
Wow, big.
Your heart and your head don't always agree.
Ah, like Hayes, good deal.
Boring.
Yes.
I love it.
Let's make an offer.
Oh, let's think this through.
But there's one thing they can agree on. With local expertise, great rates, plus a highly rated app, Newcastle Permanent is good for your head and good for your heart.
Sub?
Yeah, is that alright?
Okay, yeah, so it's for Bell Swans 10 off, 15 on.
Is that the only one?
It is.
Okay, so thank you.
We play who is four. What are the other scores, Harry? Caitlin and that?
Jaffers are up 1-0. Come on.
Fucking the Mexicans scored 4 goals. Yeah, he's not coming off. He's cooking. He's turned up. That's fixing his game. He's not going off. And even I was taking Andy off.
And as we get set for the second half, Belmont still so much to play for in this second 45 for Adamstown.
6 off, 15 on run rates.
And we've got a few substitutions which have made way at half time as well. We'll get confirmation of those as soon as we can. So Mick Stafford has made a couple of changes. Looks like it might only actually be the one. Dean Pettit has left the field and Blair Fitzpatrick coming on in his place. And Adamstown have sensed they need to inject a bit of attack up front. Ryan Rook has departed the field and Nicholas Gizmero has come onto the field. So a massive 45 across all games in the NPL men's. Reminding you can catch all those live from the Northern New South Wales Football YouTube channel as we resume this second half. Let's quickly give a little update around the grounds. Jaffers 1-0 over Newcastle Olympic. 0 at Crowders Bay between Valentine and Western. Cahaiba trailing 2-0 to Cooks Hill. That is a massive game for Cahaiba, one that they need to fight back in that second half. Now, how about this? At Magic Park, Broadmeadow Magic 4, Charlestown Azuring 0. Charlestown obviously relegated already, so not much context for them in terms of that game. But Luis Lara Delgado, 4 goals. He scored all Magic's 4 in that first half, which currently, as I believe, takes him level with Marco Gooley as it stands for the place off the Golden Boot. So could you ask for a better second 45? So make sure to keep an eye on the Broadmeadow Magic game as well. And finally, Maitland 1, Edgeworth Eagles 0. So plenty of storylines all around the competition, but 4 goals for Magic striker in a first half of a football match is absolutely incredible. So Magic cruising on the final day of the season. Adamstown, though, here at Blacksmiths need a reaction, and here they go on the front foot. Vajkovic first touches a nice one, but forces him backwards. Can't get the pass away, but pitches it back off. Christopher Fayers now bursts down the left-hand side. Options in, outside of the foot. Had to be touched away by Blunden and was. So first set piece of the second 45 immediately goes away the visitors. Big Thomas Rook to come across and take. We'll do my best to keep those updates coming as well as this second 45 progresses. Adamstown, though, looking to fight back. Rook's ball in, can't beat the first defender. It'll be back-to-back corners for Adamstown. Arthur making his run at the back post. Might find him, you know. Might actually go in the back of the net. Well, there are plenty of options in the box for Adamstown, but straight off the corner they have hit back, and Thomas Rook scores the goal, beats Nathan Archbold, hangs up in the wind, and automatically we have a game back on our hands here at Blacksmiths. Bell Swans conceding that clean sheet record. Unfortunately continues for Bell Swans. They have not kept a clean sheet since that 1-0 win over Broadmeadow Magic back in round 16. And it looked like they were cruising, but football is a game of 90 minutes, and Adamstown have responded. And well, they still need a miracle from here to secure their place in the NPL next season, but they've gone about it in the right way to start this second 45. Well, it certainly brought head coach Mick Stafford to his feet. Here they go again. The Buds bursting forward. Jack Brown. Sent into the box. Chance for a header there as Naylor was flying through. And Sho Goto can now send it forward. And this is where they were dangerous in the first half. Bell Swans, unfortunately, the offside flag will go up though against Marco Gooley. Oh, that's another interesting factor as well. Will Mick Stafford take off Gooley the way things could end with him potentially being level with Luis Lara Delgado in the Golden Boot? If I'm going to have a guess, I'm probably going to say no. Delgado, if you're just joining us and missed the halftime recap, Delgado scoring 4 goals in that first half at Magic Park. 4-0 the Magic lead over Charlestown Azuring. Final day action. So many twists across all games. Cahaiba with plenty of work to do as well to claw it back against Cooks Hill. Adamstown though, they're on the front foot, cleared away by Blunden. Goal scorer in Thomas Rook there, looked to win the header. Falls to Rich, looked to have struck the hand, but will play on now through Rook. Out to the left-hand side. Vajkovic wants his right foot. Gets it, but not at the aim of deflection. And now, potential chance for Bell Swans to break forward. Hogan hangs up in the wind. Naylor makes contact with the header. And unfortunately, no product to show, but it's been massively applauded by this Adamstown bench that have absolutely lifted since the halftime break. McGee, clever footwork. Dropping it inside now to Barney Irvine Rundle, who releases the first of 2 goal scorers for Bell Swans in Cable, and he goes to ground. Gizmero trying to add a bit of energy for the visitors after coming on at half-time. Looks like Fayers will opt to send this one forward. Fayers with plenty to aim at in the box for Bell Swan. This one's to the front stick. Scorer leaves it, flicked on. Gooley found himself in a promising position, but the first initial run of Cable was deemed to be offside. And Adamstown survived. Well, I mentioned it in the first half that these two played out a 2-2 draw when they met the last time this season in round 11. Currently 2-1 as it stands. But this game is bound to have more goals in it. Word on the pitch as well. It's a little bit heavy for the players. A little bit of overnight rain as well. But this game good enough to continue as Gizmero goes to ground. Will the referee reach to his back pocket? He will. So the first booking of the afternoon, I believe, and it will go the way of the substitute that Mick Stafford brought on at half-time in Blair Fitzpatrick. It's been a pretty even game so far, but that is the first yellow card to be introduced by our referee. And another chance from a set piece. This time a free kick the way of Thomas Rook. He sense if he can hang this one up to the back stick and get it in a promising position, it could be game on. Rook to hang it up. This one pretty opposite to what he produced only a matter of minutes ago. It was drilled low across the ground. You can see the Adamstown centre half there in Dane Lawther coming across. Just wanting that one to be played with a little bit more height for the likes of himself and a few others to aim at, because they do have the tall timber, this Adamstown side. Fajkovic, Taj Bach, Dane Lawther, as I just mentioned there. There is Fajkovic flicking it on. Double flicks, but into the hands of Archbold. Gizmero delaying the restart. Archbold able to find his right back though in Chris Fayers, who drives forward for Bell Swans. The target is Gooley in behind. It won't reach him though. Brought down by Cable. Cable wanting a breakthrough. Now Taj Buck to work it out of his own end. Drops it back to Hogan. They're caught in the corner here, Adamstown, but they've done well to win a throw-in. Bell Swans' biggest win this season was 6-3 over Kahaiba. That was a game for the ages as well. Bell Swans know how to score goals, that is for sure. That 1-0 win earlier in the season against Broadmeadow Magic. The only games they've only scored 1 goal in. Undoubtedly, beating the Magic on any day is impressive. As Gooley now chasing this one down. Has a lot of work to do, but still wins out. Now up against Lawther. Options available at the back post, and Rick was only able to clear it as far as McGee. McGee looking to pick it up. Taj Buck picks it up, and now potential for a break if the touch is right here as they burst down the right-hand side of the Buds. Brown switches on. Gizmero down the far left, but unfortunately the two wingers can't combine. But Taj Buck straight back into defensive duties to pick that one off Cable. Bell Swans being made to work early into this second half. Shouts from both benches wanting the throw-in to go their way, but it goes the way of Adamstown. They're in no get this going, and cleared away by Blunden. But this Adamstown bench is absolutely riding everything since they grabbed a goal back, courtesy of the number 10, Thomas Rook. Now looks to be shaped up as a long throw, which will be sent in by Hogan. Buck wins the initial header. Fajkovic on his left foot finds Naylor. Naylor across goal, looking for the run of Brown. Might fall. Rook was thinking about it for a second, but decides to send it out left to Rich. Rook, they've worked this nicely. The Buds, can they have a final product? Cleared away though, and now it's Bell Swan's turn to break. McGee presenting centrally. The 1-2 now, looking for Matthews. Coming across, and it finds its other way to the other flank. Plenty of action to start this second half, and not only here at Blacksmiths, but across the grounds as well. Jaffers lead 2-0 still over Newcastle Olympic. Cooks Hill were ahead 3-0, but Cahiba were able to pull one back, and Maitland have stretched their lead out to 2 over the Edgeworth Eagles. So goals galore. Safe to say it isn't going to stop here. Bell Swans on the attack and find themselves with a set piece. Adamstown's fight back so far has been impressive, but they'll need to hold strong to see out this corner. Fires short. Gets it back on the return follow-up. Squares it up to McGee. First touch brings it to control. Goes for goal. But it's picked off by Gizmero. Hasn't he been impressive since coming on the field for Adamstown as the sun comes back out here at Blacksmiths? It's come out in patches throughout 50 minutes or so that we've had of football. Closing in on the hour mark. Gizmero now to pick it up. Wanting an option, looking for a pocket. Uses his right back, Rich. Now Lawther picks it off. There's just not enough patience from either side in the last few minutes. Can Adamstown capitalise on a Bell Swans turnover? Gotto gives it away to Buck. Buck drifting in field, searching for his left foot. He does get a shot away. Newton spreading it across to Charlie Naylor, who's found himself in unfamiliar territory on the right-hand side. Adamstown chancing their arm, shifting the ball nicely. Can they find that final product? Long throw in sent in. Naylor's flick on Fajkovic. Well, so dangerous in those sort of positions where he can get his head onto the ball. Unable to do so there. Just a reminder for those keeping track across the game. Did mention a couple of games earlier, but still no score at Crowders Bay between Valentine and Western Bears, who will return to finals football yet again this season under Damien Zane. Gooley spreads it across using the width now to find Cable. Cable decides for an early ball, which isn't a bad one. Gooley gets shoved in the box. Interesting to see that one over again. Half-hearted shouts though from the Bell Swans bench, and we play on. Fajkovic looking to get inside of the fresh substitute of Fitzpatrick. Buck looking over the top as well. Safe to say this game's been open to start the second 45. There's a little error there from Richardson. He prevents a corner, but a throw in right in front of the old boys here this afternoon at Blacksmiths Oval. Safe to say they've been enjoying the action so far. Certainly would love a third goal with those old boys to create a bit of breathing room for their team. Reece Newton. Irvine Rundle. Back to Newton. Gooley now looking to bring it to control. Gotto's touch was a bit of a heavy one. Now they can break forward. Can they? They're both sevens going at it. Jack Brown getting the better of McGee. Now rolling into a space where he's found himself into a corner, and he rolls it out of play, and can see him there just arguing the toss at potentially that shirt grabbing from McGee warranted a free kick. And a throw in from Gotto that doesn't find a teammate. Now they look to press without the ball, do the Bell Swans. They're forced a mistake here after Hogan's pass goes straight into his own bench of the Buds. Gizmero looking for the height of Fajkovic. A shirt grabbing between him and Fitzpatrick. The centre half, though, does well to find a teammate in Matthews. McGee switching out left to show Gotto, slipping it through. Offside flag is raised against Marco Gooley. That's twice now. He's bared down on goal, but the offside flag has denied him a chance. And wow, another update around the grounds. Broadmeadow Magic, 5-0. And for those playing along at home, any guesses for who got that 5th goal? It was Luis Lara Delgado. So as it stands, he is currently leading the Golden Boot race. Well, this has to be an NPL record, surely. Gelstown defence has been vulnerable at times. But Luis Lara Delgado is absolutely putting on a treat for those Magic fans that have turned out at Magic Park. Gilmero's ball to the front stick. Archbold couldn't claim. Fajkovic on the follow-up. Just looking to creep it past Archbold, who was out of his area. Edgeworth have equalised well at Cook Square Park. Reece McManus getting on the score sheet for Edgeworth to pull one back. So is there a comeback on the cards for the Eagles as well, as Bell Swans preparing some changes in the works. Taj Buck dropping it back to Rook. Fancies himself from range. Stole the show earlier with a goal straight from the corner. Adamstown's only the afternoon, but that one sailing over the bar. Blondin note, looking over the top for Marco Gooley. This game is still very much alive for Adamstown to grab a goal and potentially do the impossible in turning it around into a victory. No, 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. So Andy McGee's afternoon is over. The American will now turn his full attention to being in the final series. He's first with Belmont Swansea, and Joe Cable, the guy who got the goal scoring underway for Belmont Swansea this afternoon, departs the field. Quinton Phillips Tapsell, as well as Ethan Hall, onto the field for Belmont Swansea. So a change down the right-hand side. It looks like Tapsell has gone to right back, pushing Fayers potentially more forward. And Ethan Hall as well coming out to the right-hand side. Looks like it'll allow Fayers to drop into a position that Andy McGee was playing in. As I mentioned earlier, a player who spent a couple of seasons at Edgeworth and is comfortable in that position, dictating play in the middle of the park. That ball is a nice one. Gilmero getting a good side of goal. His final touch unfortunately let him down. Fayers now. Unfortunately can't find Ethan Hall. And this momentum is currently starting to fall in the favour of the Buds. And a goal would certainly liven up those fans and some of the younger players who have come out to support the team here this afternoon. But it'll be a Hogan long throw to send confusion into the mix. Fajkovic at the front post. He is the target. Heads it back to the edge of the box. He was given a bit of a tug there. Nothing given, and now temper starting to flare. Here's Mero coming across as well. All a bit of a laugh at the end of the day. And it will be a Bill Swan's throwing, but you can just see how much this game means to Adamstown Rosebuds. Not the first 45 that they would have hoped for. This reaction has been a good one from Chris Moylan's side. Over the top now for Hall. Only had eyes there for Gizmero, but wins a throw-in. Shouts for a handball there, still alive. Fayers as well, they're calling for a double handball. The Buds. Matthews looking to switch it down the left-hand side, and eventually, oh no, it's picked off by Richardson, then one back by Matthews. Slipping it through to Marco Gooley, who's onside for now. Looking for a teammate in support. Squares it up to Fayers, and he can't get his touch under control. And now the break is on for the Buds. A touch a little heavy from Buck. Still finds Vajigovic down the left-hand side. Slowly getting players back up. Belmont, Swansea. Vajigovic might go himself. He's got himself into a bit of trouble now. Eventually he's able to fashion a left foot cross, but it only goes as far as the front stick. Can't beat Quinton Phillips-Tapsell. And wow, the goals just don't stop coming. I can't believe what I am seeing. Luis Lara Delgado has picked up a 6th goal for the game. Magic leads 6-0 at Magic Park over Charlestown Azuri. And Delgado now is the lead favourite to pick up the Golden Boot. It's been those two neck and neck at each other all season. And on the final day of the season, 6 goals for Magic's number 9. Adamstown now looking to hit back. That one will float high, but never troubling. Nathan Archbold in the red today for Belmont Swansea between the sticks. Well, it's safe to say if you're Marco Gooley, you probably thought heading into this afternoon's clash that you surely all but had that Golden Boot wrapped up. I'm sure that's going to be a story for the ages. But it's still not over yet. You wouldn't put past Gooley to potentially grab a couple and put this one to bed for Belmont Swansea at home. Here he is now jumping and contesting for the ball. And a strong challenge coming through. Well, how's the shout on the bench from the Adamstown? They certainly felt the referee should be reaching to his back pocket. That was Ethan Hall. He didn't seem to have too many eyes for the ball, but no yellow card, given. And it's starting to become desperate times for the Buds in their quest to stay in the NPL next season. This one to be sent forward by their goalkeeper and scorer. Naylor can't win the first header. Adamstown plays a little bit slow to react and invites Gotto to send it forward. Up against Richardson is Gooley. Gooley gets the right side of him. Only with one teammate in support him. Fayers, he might go himself. Spilt momentarily there by George Scorer, but he's able to claim it on the follow-up. Adamstown players bursting forward. Brown going to goal. Getting the shot away, but just didn't have the connection behind it. And there is some concern here for Archbold, or maybe just tying up his laces, taking his gloves off. Maybe some time management skills as well. McStafford calling across 2 of his experienced players. Christopher Fayers as well as Gooley coming across. Wonder if Marco Gooley knows the current situation of where he sits in terms of the Golden Boot race. Maybe they'll leave that to after the game to inform Bell Swans number 9. So Archbold, laces are done up. He's ready now. Let's get the gloves back on and work this one out from the back for Belmont Swansea. They've done that on a couple of occasions here this afternoon, Belmont. They've looked like they're going to go long off the goal kick, and clever from Archbold to just play it short to a defender. Fayers. Gooley again. Well, this time he hits a post, but it wouldn't have counted. The offside flag has again denied him an opportunity. I think that's the third time this afternoon he's been one-on-one with George Scorer. Just a little bit too adventurous. Fajkovic dropping it back. And the substitution of Quentin Phillips-Tapsell has been a good one. He's had his hands full at right back for Mick Stafford's side. Blair Fitzpatrick now to take this free kick, which is into the mix. Fayers misses it. Irvine Rundle, Newton, Fayers, Gooley on the spin. So dangerous in these areas, can't fashion a shot though. And Buck only has Fajkovic to aim at him behind. He doesn't have the legs though to get on the end of that. So despite being a goal to the good, Belswan's still pushing for that third. It sense as the game goes on, Adamstown will start to adventure forward more, as now it falls. Hall taking a shot. Fashions a cross, which Scorer claims comfortably. He's keeping Adamstown in this game. And now Buck, released forward, coming across though, is blundered. He's able to clear it. It will be a throw-in though rather than a corner, and more action. Kahiba, after trailing 3-0, have able to pull it back 2-3-2. Daniel Byrne getting on the score sheet for Kahiba. Well, their supporters will certainly be out in full force riding the final time that remains there. Fajkovic flicks it on. Newton's able to clear it only for now. Clever ball from Lawther. Is there a cross to come from Rich? He can't beat the run there out left of Ian Matthews. Now sent back forward for the run of Rich, who unfortunately can't reel it in. This game's been played at a relatively high tempo. Interesting to see if Adamstown turn to their bench more as we progress. As clever footwork there, driving through the defenders was Brown. Can't combine with a teammate on the final product though. Now Fayers looks to keep possession of the ball. He goes to ground. Nothing given, and Brown will let it roll over for a throw-in. Adamstown aren't done yet. Buck looking to combine with Brown. Shogotto can't find Gooley up top as well. Richardson, a lot of players have committed themselves forward here for Adamstown as they look for an opportunity. Plenty of space out left if they can find it in Gizmero. Richardson now drives forward looking centrally, but goes right to Rich. Back to Richardson. Pushes it across to Lawther, who now decides it's time to thump it forward. Fajkovic drops deep, sends it forward, nearly fell into the path, and Fajkovic on the follow-up. Blazes over. Outside of the ground here at Blacksmiths. Adamstown have fought hard. They need a moment of quality from someone though. Newton winning the first header, but it will fall to Adamstown's left back. And now robbed off the ball there was Quentin Phillips-Tapsell, and the throw-in goes the way of the home side despite the shouts from the Adamstown bench. Scorer calling for the ball, and it'll be in his hands now. You wouldn't be surprised if he just thumps this one forward to try and get a teammate onto it. Naylor with the flick on. It was Fajkovic making a dart in behind, who just couldn't find the play, but here come Adamstown on the front foot. Hogan clipping it in behind now. Is Fajkovic offside? He's not. Wins a throw in there, does Dino Fajkovic. So Adamstown need a goal, and they need it quickly. Hogan to take the throw in. Fajkovic looking to drop it back to Naylor. Falls to Lawther. Thought for a second he was going to fancy his chances from distance. Spreads it out to Rich. Rich looked like he was going to deliver, but finds Gizmero. Dinks it in. Naylor's first header. Can't find a teammate. Bell Swans are just holding on for now. Nothing given on Fayers. Hogan sends it forward ambitiously, but now they have to turn attack into defence as Bell Swans break forward. They clip it over the top looking for Gooley, chasing the golden boot. Matthews picks up the scraps. Camps it down in front of those old boys that have turned up this afternoon. Fayers, lovely little spin. Can he combine with a teammate? Looks in field for Irvine Rundle, can't find it. Could there be even potentially late drama here at Blacksmiths Oval? Fajkovic, clever throw in there to find the experienced veteran up top for Adamstown as he drives forward. Takes a shot, it looked to be, but it rolls into the hands of Archbold. And the time continues to tick for Adamstown. This relatively a side that has a mix of experience as well as some quality youth players coming through. Been really impressive. Jack Brown on the right-hand side this afternoon. Taj Buck as always as well as being impressive driving forward. Ethan Horn can't win out. One-touch football there from the Bud season. Progressed forward, but they've turned it over to Fayers. He tries to get inside of Hogan, and a free kick going the way of Bell Swans, which they will be in absolutely no hurry to take. So a goal from Bell Swans now at all, but surely put it to bed. Fayers to stand over it. Seen them score from this position on a couple of occasions this season. A few shirt grabbings in the box. The referee just waiting to put the whistle to his mouth as Fayers lines it up. Be the right foot of Fayers to deliver. It's into a teasing position. Richardson gets the first header away. Sent back through though from Quinton Phillips Tapsell, but can't find a teammate. And that will allow Bell Swans to make two more substitutions. A few of the youngsters coming on as well. Travis Reynolds is one of them. And Cy Goodwin as well to come onto the park. They're going to take off two of their more experienced players in Blunden and Reece Newton, who, as I said about Andrew McGee, will now turn their attention to the final series. So confirmation, Cy Goodwin, Travis Reynolds on. And it's 13 and 14, Reece Newton and Adam Blunden to depart. So the youngsters have a bit of a task to do. Sure, the message from McStafford would have been to those two to certainly provide energy without the ball. In saying that though, Bell Swans have still knocked on the door for a third, but they just haven't had the quality to put the game to bed as of yet. Naylor beating a few challenges. Richardson. Lawther to Hogan. Plenty of space for Gilmero if they can find him. And just absolutely thumps it forward. Hits the car of a couple people, and saying that there's a pretty good attendance here this afternoon. Not only with Old Boys and Sponsors Day, but also the Bell Swans community that have turned out. But in the process of that, a free kick going the way of Adamstown, which they'll now line up. Thomas Rook now to take. Drills it low. Archbold coming forward. He only thought about it for a second there and knew that he needed to come back. There's now a few afters following as well. Gizmero and Archbold going head-to-head. Gizmero sort of knowing what he's done and straight back to his defensive position down the left-hand side. So just a yellow for substitute in Nicholas Gizmero. Probably certainly not what we want to see. Tajbach now to Brown. Is there a late goal in the works for Adamstown? The final product just hasn't been there so far from them. And that play that I just mentioned, Jack Brown has gone to ground momentarily. Back to his feet now. Potentially cramp kicking in for those Adamstown players that have worked so hard. Fajkovic getting the flick over the top. Gizmero at the back post. Well, he had a lot of work to do to bring that one to control. It almost seemed like it was going to sail out of play. Got a foot onto it, but couldn't keep it in the field of play, and Archbold send this one long for Bell Swans. Header won by Hall. Gooley, can he get the touch? He can't. Matthews was creeping in behind and seemed certain to find a run on goal now. Naylor. They spread it out right to Adamstown and they find Jack Brown, whose final product probably wasn't the right one. He had Fajkovic, Gizmero, Buck in the middle to aim at. And for a play that's really impressed this afternoon, that probably wasn't the right of options. So as it currently stands, bearing any last changes in the games around the grounds. Obviously a reminder, all games kicking off at 2 p.m. in the NPL men's here this afternoon. Cahaiba finishing in 11th spot. Adamstown in 10th as it stands right now. Still with potentially a few twists to come. Story of the afternoon is probably undoubtedly going to go to Lewis Lara. For those who missed it, Magic ahead 6-0 over next year's hit 106.9 Melbourne League 1 Charlestown Missouri. And Lewis Lara Delgado has scored all 6. So a fascinating story in the final afternoon. Now you can see Adamstown lifting. They've won the throw-in. Naylor looking for Fajkovic. It's picked off though by the Bell Swans defence, who are being made to dig in here in the final stages at Blacksmiths. It's out right now to Richardson. Shout is to send it in the box. He'll play it to Rich. Rich beats one. Brown to Richardson. Richardson driving forward, playing across the face of goal. That was the moment for Adamstown. Probably just a little bit too much power on that final cross by Richardson. If he would have found a teammate there, Adamstown put it home and it would have set up a grandstand finish, but the wait for the equaliser goes on. And that result seems to be put to bed by Cooks Hill United. 4 goals to the good. Now 4-2 over Cahaiba FC. Cahaiba currently in the promotion relegation playoff final series. Malcolm Young has surely all but put that game to doubt. And Cahaiba will have to go the hard way as it stands. So much drama is being tossed up in this final day. Cahaiba, looks like there might have been a comeback on for them. Have Cooks Hill sealed the deal there, it seems. All but sure they have. Here you go. Adamstown bursting forward, touch back up against his opposite number in Ethan Hall. Hogan now. Fajkovic dropping it back to Gizmero. He's worked hard since coming on, but can't find a player. And now it's Bellswan's chance to break. And looked to be contact on Matthews there. Nothing given by the referee. He comes across to check on Matthews now. And it will just be a throw-in for Bellswans. As the sun is fully out to end at the final few minutes of this game. Blacksmiths Oval, Bellswans 2, Adamstown 1. These two sides had a 2-2 draw when they met earlier in the season. Can Adamstown pull something out of the bag in the dying stages? Thayer's ball is intriguing. Needed clearing by Richardson. There was 2 arriving at the back post in Goodwin and Gooley. Well, it's all about defensive effort now for Bellswans as they look to hold on. Getting numbers behind the ball. They've injected fresh legs throughout this second half, which have done the job so far. Can they hold on for yet another win at home this season? Well, the goal kick from scorer isn't going to help, but it's set back in. They need it down the other end to Adamstown. Close to Nathan Archbold's goal would be the target. Is now sent over the top. Important intervention. Buck's little dummy through the legs there of the fresh substitute in Travis Reynolds. Matthews to send it forward. Matthews, up against Lawther. And sent back to scorer now. A little bit of a bobble on the kick, and now it invites side goal Goodwin forward. Goodwin with space to Gooley out on the left. And what's been a frustrating second half for Marco Gooley. The offside flag's been raised against him a couple of times. Just hasn't been able to get a side of goal. As now Gizmero could have let it roll, but decides to keep it in. Adamstown, are they set for late drama? Across the face of goal. And needed clearing. But it's a set piece to the visitors. And in a season which has thrown up so much highs and lows for Chris Moylan's side, wouldn't they love to snatch a point to the hands of Bellswans here? It'll be Fajkovic to take this time. He's a preferred option to sit in the box rather than being a target, which we're used to seeing him do. Front stick. Brown cutting it back to Rich. Still might find Rook. Rook couldn't get it where exactly he would have liked. And Bellswans can break. Fayers has Gooley in beyond. You can hear the cry from the old boys here this afternoon. Into the hands of scorer. Can't be long left for Adamstown. Scorer's kick has a fair bit of height about it. Important header from Quinton Phillips Tapsell. Looks like there may be 7 minutes added on as well. Potentially that's what we're hearing down here, but there's a chance for Bellswans to seal it. The final pass from Goodwin had to be well weighted, but unfortunately ran too far in front of Ian Matthews. Now this bounce favours Fajkovic. Has Gizmero in support, and the offside flag again. Well, it hasn't been on Marco Gooley's side throughout this contest, and unfortunately not on Adamstown's side there. Gooley offside again. And you can see the frustration from him afterwards. It wouldn't be surprising if he picks up a card here for the afters, kicking the ball away. It's been one of those second halves for the German up top for Big Stafford's side. Just wondering now, does he know the current situation in the Golden Boot race? Potentially he does, as the Bellswans officials wanting to get a word as to how long will actually be added on. We'll continue for now. Fajkovic looking to nod it on. Bellswans scrapping and doing so well. Strong challenge coming in. Richardson, Rook, Substitution in the works for Belmont, but we will have a free kick. And Marco Gooley's afternoon is over. He'll be replaced by Tyler Ivers. Well, what a regular season it's been for Marco Gooley. Belmont fans, you have so much to look forward to in the finals, but for now, it's about holding out. As referee coming across here. Referee's coming across to have a discussion. Now, I'm not sure, maybe potentially Belmont have overused their subs potentially. Just getting confirmation of what that is. Adamstown are setting up a free kick in the meantime. All referees are across having a word to the Belmont coaching staff. Once we find out what's occurred. So yeah, it looked like Belmont's one sub's too many. And just before we get to this free kick, Broadmeadow Magic 7, Charlestown 0. And yeah, Lewis Lara has scored again for Broadmeadow. Absolutely incredible out there at Magic Park. So Gooley remains on the field for Belmont. It will be all about their defence here for Nick Stafford's side as they look to hold out a fast finish at Adamstown. Played into the box, multiple runners there, headed across by Lawther. It's a set piece for Adamstown. What an ending to this game. 4 minutes to be added on as well, I believe, in the process of that discussion between all three referees. So we're probably edging towards potentially 3 minutes to go. And Adamstown, they need a goal. Fajkovic sending it into the mix. It's found its way in. Adamstown do equalise. It looks to be an own goal, but all the credit is going to their number 9, Dino Fajkovic. And after trailing 2-0, Adamstown look to have snatched a point at Blacksmiths Oval. Well, there surely can't be too long to go now. But this spirit of this Adamstown side, the never say die attitude, coming into play yet again. Well, it's heartbreak for Belmont. It has been a frustrating last couple of minutes for them, looking to make a substitution and found out they made too many, and now blowing a 2-0 lead to to Adamstown. Now they might have a winner in them, will they? Fajkovic shooting. Oh, Adamstown have won it. Dino Fajkovic wins it for the Buds. Absolute scenes from the fans that have made the trip to Blacksmiths. And they are staying up in the NPL for season 2027. 2 goals in 2 minutes, and Adamstown have flipped this game on its head. It is Adamstown 3, Belmont 2. It is hard to believe what you're seeing. But Fajkovic, the striker that he is, has just rescued a massive win for Adamstown. It is surely theirs now. And the afternoon could not get any worse for Belmont. Gooley looks to have lost out in the golden boot race. It's currently 8-0 to Magic. Delgado grabbing that goal as well. 8 goals in a game. Absolutely incredible. The final day of the NPL men's season, throwing up so many twists. Have I jinxed it too early? Are Belmont about to grab back a goal? Oh, contact in the box. Could this be a penalty the way of the home side? Well, the Belmont fans certainly think so. Both players are still down. Not only Ian Matthews, who went down shouting for a penalty, but also Dane Lawther as well going to ground. So it doesn't look like there'll be a penalty, but both medical teams will be called on now to assess the players. It looks like both are slowly getting back to their feet. So they can't be too long now. Bell Swans in shock. The drop ball sees Adamstown pick up the ball, and they'll probably take it to the corner. Oh, they'll pick up a free kick, and this will be a yellow card. Pretty simple decision there for the referee. Ethan Hall goes into the book, and Gizmero, who probably could have sent that one long into the corner, decided to just ride the challenge there of Hall. And well for Adamstown, this chews the clock down even further for the away side. So an incredible game which is drawing to a close. Bell Swans have got everyone behind the ball, preparing for this long free kick. I'm not sure whether Adamstown will go short or whether they'll just take it to the corner and try and see out the remaining part of this game. You wouldn't think they'd knock it into the box. Maybe if the scores were still at 2-2, but it's Dino Fajkovic's goal. As it stands, it is the difference. Adamstown, after experiencing late drama around round one last year in 2025 on the opening night, are looking to finish the last day of the 2026 season with a late win, and that they have. Oh, the offside flag. It looked to be full time. A few Adamstown players already celebrating the full-time whistle, but it was the offside flag from the referee. But surely there can't be too long left in the tank for Bell Swans to salvage a point. Referee, check of the watch. Still we play on. Is there even more drama to this game to add? Quinton Phillips-Tapsell. Pass under hit for Ethan Hall, who has to recycle through the defence. Fajkovic looking to get a touch. They've worked this nicely. But that's it. Adamstown are staying up. What an effort from Chris Moylan's side. Trailing 2-0 at the break. Came out in the second half with a different intent. It was Thomas Rook who grabbed the first goal back. An own goal saw them draw things at 2-2, and they did not stop there. Dino Fajkovic grabbing the decisive goal. All attention now turns to Bell Swans as they will make their first appearance in the finals in quite a long time. It's frustrating for the home side on Sponsors and Old Boys Day, but Adamstown, what a story for them. A full time here at Blacksmith Oval. It's been incredible. It's been a great match, but it ends Adamstown Rosebud 3, Belmont Swansea 2.